If you participated in the World Tournament, you got some tickets to summon with. On these banners right here, the World Tournament prizes, you've got this banner right here. And then you have this banner right here, and then this banner right here. So these two banners actually share the same tickets, while this banner takes different tickets to summon with. Mostly I'm going to talk about these two banners right here for the World Tournament prizes, because depending on whether or not you're a new Dokkan player or an older Dokkan player, you might want to decide between these two banners on which one to summon on. Starting with this one, I would actually recommend summoning on this one because you actually get some pretty decent units. You have this physical Goku right here that can stack attack and defense infinitely, so it's going to be great for longer events such as the LGE event or the Legendary Goku event, the Legendary Goku GT edition, and also the Legendary Vegeta event, and even Infinite Dragon Ball History. And he's actually pretty good. He's pretty decent. He has a pretty decent passive skill along with this Tech Vegeta as well. Pretty much the same unit as that physical Goku. He raises attack and defense infinitely, so he's great for longer events and has a similar passive skill, except he uses Tech Key Spheres instead of physical Key Spheres for activating part of his passive skill. This Goku right here and this Vegeta with their EZAs are very, very good units. This Goku being the better one out of the two. With his EZA, he's able to tank movie bosses because he already has that built in to his passive skill right here, damage received minus 77% when there is a movie boss's category enemy. He's a very good defensive unit for you. This Vegeta, a little bit lackluster in the shadow of that Super Saiyan God Goku, but still holds his own after he gets his EZA. And he's also, greatly raising attack infinitely, which is not bad. So I would say this guy is actually on the defensive end of things is not the best, but he does have some utility, and I believe he stuns. Yeah, high chance of stunning the attacked enemy when there is a movie boss's category enemy. So that's a good portion of the game. That's why these two are pretty good. These are fairly old units, so they're not going to be like coming out of the gates doing the most amount of damage or having the most amount of defense. Just keep that in mind. These are old units, but if you are newer to the game, these units can help you build cohesive teams, since your box is probably lacking in units a little bit just because you haven't been invested into the game for that long. This Kefla right here, once she gets her EZA, has a pretty good Patara leader skill at a 160% actually instead of 150. She actually has some things going for her. She has a medium chance to evade the enemy's attack. I can't remember the details of her EZA, but she does get quite a bit better. Usually when I use her, she does about 3 to 4 super attacks, not gonna lie, and she does cause immense damage to the enemy. So she's a pretty good damage dealer in terms of when she was released. Obviously with power creep, she's not that great in this present day, but she can get you through some difficult events for sure, or semi-difficult events, I should say. And then you have this Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla right here. What she's got going for her is she has a high chance to evade the enemy's attack. She is not a damage dealer, so if you happen to pull her, do not look to be dealing damage with her. She's an evasion type unit, and she also counters with tremendous power, which can be activated when the enemy tries to super attack her. So she's definitely a more defensive unit for sure, and that's how you should build her as well. So keep that in mind if you do pull her, that she is useful for defensive purposes. And this Kale Berserk, she has a pretty decent EZA, and her leader skill becomes a physical type key +3 in HP and attack and defense plus 100%, which can be a little bit useful in something like Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash, where you use 2 leader skills to buff your team. These units right here are actually in the general summon pool, so you can pull them with stones as well, while these units right here are exclusive to the World Tournament. So you can only pull these units with the World Tournament tickets. That being said, you still should go for this banner right here because it does offer a lot more value to newer players, because a lot of them aren't even Dokkan Awakened. You've got this Gohan right here who's not Dokkan Awakened. I mean, they have some stuff going for them, even though some of them are not Dokkan Awakened. They have some potential, but they aren't Dokkan Awakened yet, so it's not very smart to really go for these guys. And on top of that, World Tournament units are pretty mid most of the time. They're not going to be like top tier units because you're getting them for free with tickets, so they're not going to make them top tier units. But I would not go for this banner unless you just have every single one of those characters rainbowed up here. There's a lot less value in this banner right here than there is in this one. And then you have this banner right here, which uses different tickets. As far as the featured characters go, you have the Shin right here, you have this Anin giant form right here, you have this Piccolo who doesn't have a Dokkan Awakening, and you have this Tien that has a Dokkan Awakening. Those are the 4 main featured units on this, and then you have some units actually on the list that are from previous world tournaments right here. This one right here is the LR Demon King Piccolo. This Hachan right here is actually pretty decent as well as SDR Hachan. This one doesn't really matter. You summon what you can with whatever tickets you have. There's no other banner that actually shares the tickets with this one like these two do. So summon to your heart's content and use all the tickets you can, because these banners do go away on the 4th of December. So you want to use these tickets before that date so that you do not lose out on getting some new characters. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you found this helpful, and I'll catch you on the next one.